morning. This is going to be the all signs reading. I was kind of going back and forth between using runes and cards, but I did decide to use the cards today. I've noticed that it seems like I have more people watch when I do the cards, but it has become to my attention that a lot of times the stats on YouTube are not correct. This is my own inner knowledge, my own spiritual guidance. I am working on eventually using a different platform. I'm going to be using the library, LBRY. It's free content. Sorry. So I'll be putting my videos on YouTube and working on using that platform as well. I'm trying to figure it out right now. It's free content and there's no censorship. Because sometimes I do feel like my messages are censored on YouTube. YouTube is becoming more like TV shows and stuff. It's not so much for like messages like this anymore and free content. It's more or less becoming more like TV. YouTube really wants you, to like, subscribe to like, their music and their TV, and I'm not taking away from that. It's just, it's really not benefiting like some of us who are not at that level right now, We're just not. And so I feel like, my message kind of gets swept under the rug. So I am working on this new platform. I did want to say that. For those of you guys that, did check it out yesterday, I did make a twin flame video about union energies because I have gone into union and it's the most amazing feeling. So if you're on a twin flame journey, check that out. But, also I did want to say that having gone into union, it has really, really increased my connectivity. And so I'm really excited to be doing my videos this week. I am trying to get my energy up because, I'm just drained. Some days I sit and I can't even keep my eyes open just from the profound shifts that I have made in consciousness and mindfulness, and these type of things take a lot of energy. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have the 10 of coins, and this is the same as the 10 of pentacles. This is that earth energy, that grounding energy. And basically the message that I'm getting with this is that you have to get to the point that you understand, okay? If you don't resonate with anything else in this video and understand, I realize that I attract higher vibrational people, because if not, you wouldn't get my messages anyway. That would go right over your head. So if you can't resonate with anything else that I'm going to say in this video today, resonate with the fact that I can tell you without a doubt that the life that you're living is a simulated experience. We are in these host bodies, these physical bodies, these physical form. That is basically our host body. Sorry, I'm still having ascension symptoms, so my hands still hurt, so I have to put the cards down. These are basically meat suits. And we are here as divinities, as divine beings, having human experiences that we are simulating by our vibration. So when I say that the law of attraction is always at work, we don't have to do anything. It is. And that's how the universe works. But if you do want to have higher vibrational demos, then you have to be conscious of them. You have to be aware of them. If something shows up and you're like, you don't like it, that's that contrast. There's not really anything that's good or bad, because everything's here to serve you one way or another. I mean, there's a lesson in everything, and it's all about more soul growth. But we experience contrast when we experience things that we like and we don't like. That way we're like, well, we like this, we don't like that. And I know Abraham Hicks, if you watch any of those videos, she's always talking about your vibrational escrow. And how do you put things in your vibrational escrow? Well, you have that contrast. You have things that you like and things that you don't like. And the things that you do like, that you want more of, you store them away. And then you align to them. And that's how you attract higher vibrational situations. So if something shows up and you're like, I don't like this, stop paying attention to it. Be like, you're not real. Next. Because they're really not real experiences. They're really not. And once you realize that, and basically this is really what helped me to go into union, and I made that video yesterday, was the whole understanding that everything that has happened up until this point is not real. The only thing that is real is your soul, my soul. Anything that is love, pure love. I saw a meme. I actually shared it. There's going to be some fallout. I don't give a damn anymore. And basically it said, Jesus loves you. And then it had a little asterisk underneath it. And it said, conditions may apply, refer to your Bible. And anyone who watches my videos knows that, I have said that I believe that Jesus is an ascended master. In fact, I know he is. He was a teacher. He was never meant to be all that everybody made him out to be. So, understand we're all gods and goddesses in manifestation, all of us. But his messages were distorted. His messages were about love. And anything that is not from love cannot be from pure source energy, because it comes with conditions. And so people get it all mixed up. We have the tower moment. And I feel like for some of you, that tower is going to come down where you're going to really, the first couple times that you really connect and you understand, you wake up from that soul amnesia that you have. And you really understand how things are working, and that there really is a matrix. If you've never seen the movie, check it out. I know a lot of it's for Hollywood or whatever, but the basic premise is the same. That's how we are experiencing conditions and situations. If we want to improve the world that we live in, we all raise our vibrations, see past the illusions, stop placing conditions on others, and start having higher vibrational simulations. And that is how we raise the vibrations of the earth. That is how we have a new earth. But what I'm getting with this tower is that tower comes down when I feel like, you may have had a situation or two come up that you were like, man, and you really kind of maybe use the principles that I talk about, and you saw it change. And so that tower came down when you realized that, you know what, I really am living in a simulated experience. And that can be kind of scary at times. I know it's taken lots of marijuana to get where I'm at. Because sometimes I feel like, okay, sometimes, and I'm not advocating for weed, although I am going to tell you that it is medicinal. It is an herb. It is a plant. It is here to help us. It should never be regulated by the government. That's ridiculous. Because like I said, it's medicine, pure medicine. But what I was going to say was sometimes our channel gets congested from all that we've got to do day to day. We're, trying to meditate. Maybe you're worried about, your job, what you got to do later. If you got kids, you got to worry about, things that you got to do with them. And so your mind is cluttered. Well, I feel like weed helps open that channel. It helps calm your mind. And it helps open that channel so that you can be receptive. I know it's helped me to receive many messages, and then there's times when I don't need it. I felt like for a while I was like, man, it has a residual effect. I would smoke and 2 days later I would, still kind of feel like that. But no, it's just because, you kind of clear up that congestion a little bit. And so basically what I'm getting with this is, like I said, with the tower moment, is that's that moment of clarity. And I feel like you've had moments lately where you've actually really been able to see it. And this is how you wake up from your soul amnesia. We have the Three of Swords, and this is that heartbreak card. And so basically what I'm getting with this card is that you have to be able to see that every single time that your heart was broken, usually it was because you had expectations that other people did not meet. Buddha says that the source of all suffering is attachment. Well, we attach ourselves to people because we feel like we need them in our lives, that they have to be here, that, our life depends on them. And that is where we have suffering, because then they do not meet our expectations. I used to think when people would say release your expectations, I thought, well, that's just getting my hope. You know, that's that whole energy of getting your hopes up and getting disappointed, because that was how I was raised. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. When really, you know, you should have your hopes up. You should be in a place of deep faith and know that everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to. Expectations are actually when you expect other people to fill your void, to fill your cup, to come in and complete you and make you happy. And you become attached to that outcome. And you have to get to the point where you realize that there's just you in this seat, in this control center, being strapped in, putting your headgear on to have your human experiences simulated to you. So you have to realize that you don't need anything or anybody else. You are in control. You're in the driver's seat, and you can create any type of situation that you want by what you focus your energy and your intentions on, as long as your intentions are from a pure place. And so with that being said, with this heartache, change the way you see things. Change your viewpoint. I know I had said in the Gemini video that I had just made yesterday that, you know, if this is someone who you are interested in romantically, you have to get to the point where you aren't jealous. You don't feel like you have to own them. You don't have to know every move that they make. Because when you are in that energy, you are sure enough going to align to some things that you don't like. Whereas if you're not worried about it, guess what? It's not going to happen. Those things that you don't like. One of the first pieces of spiritual guidance that I got early on in this journey was you have to trust people in order for them to be trustworthy. And that's not going to resonate with some, because some people are stuck in victim mentality where they feel like people always don't treat them well. And when you're in that energy, guess what you get more of? Whatever today's challenge was, how can you think of anyone else who might be going through a similar struggle? More than that, stop thinking about it as a struggle. We're all in this together. So stop resisting any type of situation that comes up as a struggle. I'm going to have to stop using these cards because they're not really resonating with me anymore, because they do focus so much on the past. They focus a lot on human conditions, which understand I have been prompted to talk more about human conditions as to how they relate to what we're going through now. But like I said, stop seeing everything as a challenge, because basically, like I said, stop feeding into it and stop worrying about it and stop resisting it and watch it move. We have the Death card. Basically, the energy that I'm getting with this is like that whole fear-based energy. You have to move out of the fear-based energy. I have gotten to the point where I no longer fear anything. I don't even fear death. And the reason why I don't fear death is because I know as a soul that I have been many things. And even if this physical body dies, which I've had other physical bodies that have died, because like I said, I've been other things. Do check out my past lives, readings, videos. I will become something else. I'll either return to source energy, or I'll be a bird, or another person. I could be a man, different race. The soul doesn't know age, gender, ethnicity, race. That's the reason why I try not to focus on those things. People are so focused on identifying with one group of people or another. But once you actually realize you're not even your body, and you meet somebody and you can really connect with their soul. I know I'll have somebody who I'll meet and just instantly, it's like my soul recognizes them as soul family. I'll be like, I know them. I really know them. We have done this before. You know, and sometimes you might meet somebody, you might have an amazing chemistry and attraction, and, you know, you're like, you know what, I know we have been intimate before. I had somebody that happened to me just recently, and man, it was crazy. I may talk about it in my past lives reading video this week. But that's the energy that I'm getting with this, is that you have to get to the point where you realize you are a god or goddess of manifestation, and that you are immortal. You're an immortal. You know how powerful you are? Step into that. It's amazing. Rain, purification. I live here in Indiana, and I'm going to tell you what, it literally has rained 49 days and nights. I was talking to a friend yesterday. He said, but not all in a row. I said, we might have had 5 days without rain. I can count them on one hand. Otherwise, it rains, I step outside, and I talk to my neighbor in the morning. I'm like, hey, you think it's going to rain? I do think there's something symbolic about this rain. I've been trying to figure it out. It might just come to me. But we're here for that alchemy, that experience to alchemize energy. See, everything is energy. It's all quantum physics. Everything is made of energy. You're made of energy. I'm made of energy. Everything responds to energy. So do know the signals that you're sending out. I mean, you can all day long say, okay, like, let's say, for example, somebody has hurt your feelings, or somebody has ghosted you, or ran off with somebody else, or whatever's going on. And so, you know, you're basically trying to put on, you know, we live in a social media age, so everything has to do with social media. In fact, I've been trying to detox and understand, because my spiritual guidance lately has been, social media is not real life. So you need to limit your use. And so I do try to just limit my use of social media, just to like spread my messages and stuff now. But anyway, back to the story. So like, let's say somebody ran off with somebody else. So you're trying to put on a brave face on social media, and you got you a makeover or whatever, and you know you look good, and you want them to eat their heart out. So, you know, you're on social media. You're telling yourself, okay, I'm doing this for me because I feel good, and I want people to know, you know, that I'm doing all right. And actually, your actual intention is to possibly make this person jealous. You want to get their attention. That is the energetic signal. It doesn't make any difference what you're saying or doing. It's that signal that you're sending out. And so do check your intentions, because if your intention is not from a pure place, you're not going to get the result that you want. In fact, you're going to keep having more and more experiences that are on that vibrational level. So do definitely check that. And we have the Chariot. And so basically the energy that I'm getting with this is that you are in the driver's seat. You are in this chariot. And so stop giving your power away to others. I'm not taking away from people who have a higher power. I'm going to tell you what, on this journey that I have been on, I almost am like, I would not say an atheist, because I just look at God and God source energy different now. I don't look at God as being, you know, this judgmental man in the sky. I look at it as energy that we align to. It's source. I look at it as like a big plug-in that we can plug in and recharge our batteries anytime we want, and receive downloads and information from source and clarity. And so the energy that I'm getting with this is stop waiting for this magic to fall out of the sky and grant you your wishes. Understand, you are in the driver's seat. You have all of the power. All you have to do is set your intentions from a pure place. Focus your energy on it. And understand and be in a place of deep faith, and just know it's going to happen. And this will become like second nature to you, where, you know, you're like, you know what, I'm not scared of that anymore. I'm not scared that this is going to go downhill. I'm not scared this is not going to work out, because you know what, I know it's going to. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me right-minded thinking and the energy of love. So this is what I was thinking about, shifting your perspective. And not just that, but that love source energy, that is God. That is that pure source energy that you can plug into anytime that you want. Which is why you really have to be, have that right-minded thinking, because there's so many people out here that just believe anything anybody tells them. And they're not awake at all. And there's no judgment, because everyone's awakening at their own level of consciousness. And some of us are here to help with that. I know I go to Facebook jail all the time for things that I post, because, somebody will get offended, which is why I have like 3 accounts. But if your religious beliefs involve that judgmental man in the sky, that if you do not do this, that, or whatever else, follow his commandments, do this, that, or whatever else, he's not going to approve of you. I was a Jehovah's Witness for 20 years, and I tell people this all the time, that religion is one of the most egotistical institutions man has made, because it involves my beliefs are better than yours, your beliefs are not right. And the witnesses believe that if you don't follow all their rules, that they can disfellowship you, and they will not even speak to you when you come in. And if they see you out somewhere, nobody's allowed to talk to you. How conditional is that? That's very conditional. Does that sound loving, like something that would be from God's source energy? So do be very, use discernment. And even if it's your beliefs that you were raised with, question them. This is the Twin Flame card. This is the 4 of Wands. And see, it's the 1111. And 1111 is the symbol for twin flames. If you are seeing 1111, this is an activation code to wake you up to the fact that you are on a twin flame journey. And understand, if you are on a twin flame journey, nothing is as it seems. Nothing. For any of us. But the way that a twin flame connection works is a little different from other connections, so do check out my twin flame videos. Start at the beginning, because they kind of build on each other. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. It is our own belief system, our own self-limiting beliefs, our own insecurities that make us feel like we're not lovable, like someone couldn't possibly love us. What do they want? They're after something. And even if they do want us, they'll probably cheat, they'll probably lie, they're probably disloyal. All these things come up. But that reflects on us and how we feel about ourselves, because we feel like we are not lovable and we are not worthy. Florence Scovel Shinn, and this is for women. I mean, I know there's men watching this too, and this could be for men too, but her specific message was for women. She said in one of her books, I believe it was The Game of Life and How to Play It, which if you have not listened to that on audio, it's available here on YouTube. It's life-changing. Florence Scovel Shinn, The Game of Life and How to Play It. I recommend that to everybody, especially if you're new to metaphysics. She says that every woman is born into this world having this fear in the back of her mind of the other woman. That there's another woman who is going to come in and sweep and steal her love away from her. And she's like, this mythical other woman. And, that is the energy that I'm getting. Everyone has a fear that someone can take something from them. It's a very fear-based energy, and you have to get past that energy, because otherwise, guess what you're going to align to? Especially if you're on a twin flame journey. That's how it works. We have the Ten of Swords, and this is that mental energy, that mental conflict, and I do show that coming to an end. And the reason why it's coming to an end is because you've had this tower moment of clarity, because you are purifying your intentions. You're getting that right-minded thinking, and you are connecting to the energy of love. And, you're realizing that life is not this hard, especially as you understand universal truths. Check out Deepak Chopra's the seven spiritual laws for success, I believe is what it's called. And once again, that is here on YouTube as well. And you'll really understand how the universe works. Grace and Antoinette, to help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. We have to get to the point where, like, if you really truly love somebody, you have to understand what love is, and love is without conditions. And so sometimes you have to look at the other person's point of view, and everyone is at their own level of consciousness. So try not to judge, because if you've attracted a certain situation into your life with someone, this demo, the simulation, understand they are coming from a place normally of lower vibrations, lower energies. There is no evil, there's only lower energies. Do have your boundaries in place. Don't be scared to speak your truth and to say no to people. But don't hold a grudge. Don't dwell on it. Don't hold on to it. Release it. That is the key to being fluid. And that is the key to not being stuck and not anchoring in situations into your life that you don't like. Is by forgiving them, letting go of it, not holding on to it. I know I used to like hold on to shit for a long time. I'd be mad for a long time. But when you're in that energy, guess what? You have anchored that in, and it can't go anywhere. That energy's stuck. Broken glass. I believe that has to do with that tower coming down. And also, other people are a perfect mirror. They're our reflection. And so with this tower coming down, I feel like the veils are very thin between the dimensions right now. So you are able to actually see things for what they really are, because that it's like that glass came down and you were actually able to really see the situation for what it was. And I feel like that's got to do with this, as far as seeing the other person's point of view from compassion. Because I feel like it is a romantic partner. And if you can get to the place where you're fluid, where you're all right, you know what, we might take some time off for a while, you know, and I'm going to go work on myself. I'm going to go find some things to do. You're going to go have your experiences. They're all simulated anyway, so who fucking cares? Whatever, you know, that person's doing, you should be like, well, whatever he or she has going on, it doesn't have anything to do with what we have going on, because we have this connection, and it's always going to keep coming back around. I know it, I feel it, because that's what we do. And when it does come back around, we can talk about all the exciting things that we've done. Oh, you know, I went mountain climbing. I learned a new language. I started a new job. And you can have lots of cool things to talk about. The scythe. This is all about, well, it is associated with death, with the Grim Reaper. So I feel like this card goes with that death card, that as far as not being scared of anything, and definitely do not be scared of or aligned to bad health. Yes, you can align to bad health, and parents can even do this for their kids. You can be so scared. Like I said, listen to The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. She addresses this. You can be so scared of your child being sick. Guess what? You can, you know, read about a condition online. Oh my God, there's this flu going around and I know I'm going to get it. And guess what? You've aligned to it. This goes back to realizing that you are an immortal. And stop aligning to health conditions, and stop Googling your conditions online. Just stop it. And this is my medical disclaimer. If you need to see a doctor, go see a doctor. I'm not saying don't see a doctor. I'm not saying don't take your child to a doctor. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is your worries and your concerns can align you to these things, is all that I'm saying. All right, let me read this postcard oracle card. I have not read it yet. Dearest you, do you ever wonder whether your ideas and inspiration might be coming through your soul rather than generated from your mind alone? We're here to tell you we are always whispering in your ear about your highest good. We're conduits for spirit, letting you know you are a living channel for this awesome co-creative energy. When you're feeling inspired, it means you heard us. Inspiration means spirit is breathing through you. Inspiration needs your human compassion to keep it going so you can make a difference in the world. So keep moving on what inspires you. Let yourself be led into new experiences and know that this is why you are on the earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirited nature and to bring forth your efforts, whatever is meant to be. Wondrous miracles have a way of showing up when you let inspiration propel you forward. You are so, so loved. That's wonderful. And when it was talking about experiences, that was kind of the energy that I was getting with, with this over here as far as, if you're on again, off again, means you're trying to balance your energy between you and your partner. And so do take this time to go out and have some amazing experiences so that you can talk about them when you get back together. Because I feel like for some of you guys that are watching this, you are on a twin flame journey and things are never what they seem when you are on a twin flame journey. There's more going on than what meets the eye. Well, thank you for watching. I do plan on doing my Aries video later on this evening. And then tomorrow I'm going to do Cancer and possibly Capricorn. And I'm going to do my the fire and the water runes reading sometime this week. I might get squeeze one of those in this afternoon. Thank you for watching.